Welcome once again to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and we're looking at the Yahiko Shirogami Hairline Nakiri 165mm knife. So this has coarse steel of Shirogami or white paper number 2 reactive high carbon steel from Hitachi. The heat treat's around 60 to 61 Rockwell, so somewhat conservative. The construction is on either side of that harder coarse steel. You've got a soft reactive iron cladding. So this is an all-reactive blade. There's no stainless or semi-stainless anywhere. So the cladding does wrap around the top of the spine. The weight and dimensions will vary just a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 148 grams or 5.2 ounces. The edge length is right about 170, which is from the back of the heel, known as the chin, pretty much just where the useful edge stops in the front. So, or about 6.7 inches. Overall length, about 12.5 inches. I measured these in 3 places on the spine since they have a very nice extended distal taper. So this particular one's about 3.75 coming out of the handle, but that doesn't mean a whole lot according to the rest of the knife. So that thins up quite quickly to 1.75 and down to about 1 millimeter at the end here, which is actually pretty thin for a Nakiri. A lot of times they hold some thickness. So that does have a little tiny bit of flex to it, not quite as stiff as some, but it also makes it lighter as well. The height on this, I measure at the back and halfway. So at the back it's about 49.8, and at the halfway point it's about 48.8 millimeters tall. Handles are octagonal, ambidextrous, white oak with buffalo horn ferrule. And there's a little bit of a step on these between the wood and the ferrule. Not that uncommon, but it's not super smooth. You could sand that down if you wanted to. The handle's not especially large. It's about 68 millimeters or 2.7 inches where the ferrule meets the wood. And the style of these handles is they're rather narrow and a little bit taller instead of more squarish or roundish. So that's just a feel, a little different feel. Balance point on this guy is going to be pretty close to a pinch grip. So there's your balance point. And as far as pinch grip goes, mine might be just a touch in front, but pretty darn close to that. So it gives you kind of a neutral feel to the blade. It's fairly light for a Nakiri, but you still got just enough mass to give you a little bit of chopping power. Fit and finish on these is really well done. This is a very nice line of knives. The hairline finish is also known as brushed. You've got horizontal finishing sanding strokes versus spine to edge vertical strokes. And it looks cool, plus as you clean and dry the knife and you tend to get scratches going horizontal, those will blend in nicely to this finish. So it helps keep that look a little bit longer, a little bit nicer. There's our beauty shot. You can kind of see this area here is where the grind starts kicking in towards the edge. These are quite thin at the edge. The grind, there's not a hard shoulder here. It's kind of contoured and convex down. So very nice performance on these through all kinds of product. And let's look at that thinness at the edge, and you'll see this is really thin at the edge. They do a nice job on these. Grinds are nice. Finish on the spine is really well done, as well as the choil. But the only ding I would give is out of the box edge. I'll say maybe 4 out of 10. Pretty clean bevel. It looks like it would be sharper, but they just haven't quite gotten it super sharp. So it takes just a few minutes for you to clean this up and sharpen it up some more. So they give you hand chisel kanji on the right side of the blade. You can feel it as you move your finger across. And you've got some hand chisel kanji on the left side of the blade as well. So this is just a really cool looking knife. And you can see the coarse steel peeking through at the edge there. Fit and finish on the install is nice. It's pretty tight at the tang. Let's see what else. I found these to be just a touch flatter on the right side than the left side, but it shouldn't affect steering at all. The 210 I used didn't steer at all for me, and I'm a lefty. So here's the profile. This thing is a flat Nakiri. This doesn't have any real belly. Look at that. I mean, I'm just down from the tip to boom. And you don't see much, really any daylight there. So this is one of the flattest ones I have seen. So if you like chopping and you like a lot of flat spot, this is all flat. So it doesn't get any flatter than that. Yeah, these are great line of knives. They look nice. They perform very, very well. They're well made. They're a lot of value. Just a cool line of knives. So this is the Yahiko Shirogami Hairline Nakiri 165mm knife.